Oh, I said your goose number.
Thank you.
I talked to him this morning. He said, how you doing, Carl? You must have my caller ID. He said, tell Betsy hi.
We're on.
He didn't.
We're on. We're on.
Okay.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I will call the meeting to order. Item number 2 is approval of the tentative agenda. I would like to table item number 8 until we have an answer on concerning the 28E agreement amendment. I think we can act on the first one, but
Okay.
so I would accept the motion to table item number 8.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to table item number 8 on the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item number 8 is tabled. Approve the minutes of the last meeting. Betty, would you read the minutes of the last meeting, please?
February 27th, 2023. Chairman Cluse called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9 a.m. Members present were Helgevold and Cluse, with Rasmussen present via Zoom. Motion by Cluse, seconded by Helgevold, to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Motion by Helgevold, seconded by Cluse, to reappoint Elizabeth Ennis to the Conservation Board until June 30, 2027. Motion carries. Eric Rector, Wright County Conservation, presented the names that were submitted for the lottery drawing on the land for lease near Lake Cornelia. This will be a 3-year lease for 100 acres at $200 per acre. There were 27 applicants submitted. The first name chosen was Dane Askelson, second name chosen was Nick Lukes, and the third name chosen was Jared Burse. Below are the names that were submitted, and there's the 27 names. Motion by Helgevold, seconded by Cluse, to approve the liquor license for Claremont Country Club pending draft. Motion carries. Motion by Helgevold, seconded by Cluse, to approve the liquor license for Nine and Dine. Motion carries. Motion by Helgevold, seconded by Cluse, to appoint Kathy Radke to the Grant Township Clerk to fill the vacancy with a term to expire December 31, 2026. Motion carries. Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer, gave an update on the secondary roads. There was one work order completed last week. All truck personnel went out on Tuesday, February 21st, due to icy conditions, and also on Thursday, February 23rd at 5 a.m. for winter operations. Crews have completed 75% of the spot load maps for areas that will need additional rock in the spring. The raise grant submittal is due today, and we'll hope to hear mid to late summer, possibly early fall, if Wright County was awarded and how much. Clemens stated they are also working on rural grant for farm to market routes going into cities. Regine Chapman, Wright County Trails Committee, presented an update on the trails. They were awarded $75,000 a REAP grant to be able to purchase part of the trail from a landowner. To date, the Trails Committee has raised $90,000, including the grant funds, to connect Clarion to Lake Cornelia, now known as the Clarion Greenway Connection. They have established a fundraising subcommittee to start sponsorship levels in hopes to raise more funds. Motion by Cluse, seconded by Helgevold, to approve the appointment of Brett Osterman to the Wright County Trails Committee in place of Sarah Zwiefel. Motion carries. Brian Jensen presented to the board an annual update for emergency medical services in Wright County. This past year, Clarion EMS has purchased 2 new defibrillators, and Eagle Grove was able to put a down payment on a new ambulance, as well as purchase a Stryker power load system for the ambulance. The EMS levy is coming up to the end of the 5-year cycle on June 30, 2024. They are looking to do a special election on August 29th, 2023 for a 15-year sunset on the local EMS property tax levy. Motion by Helgevold, seconded by Rasmussen, to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of February 27th? Hearing none, they'll stand approved as read. Claims have been around. Did everybody sign those?
Yep.
Right. All right, open forum for public input. Troy, I know that you want to talk to us.
Okay, on the county farm, as you know, there's 2 waterways to the east, along East Road, and there's one in the northwest corner that are starting to cut. They're not flowing like they should anymore. And I talked to the NRCS about cost share programs, and basically being that it's a government owned property, there's no assistance unless we go through the tenant.
Correct.
So the question is that something you want me to pursue now? Or do you want to wait until next year when if there's a new tenant and have them look into doing something next year?
I think the sooner that we can address it, probably the better.
Would that be dollars out of your pocket though, or is that?
It depends on what the cost share of money is gonna be. We don't know. They were gonna look into it. They were gonna come up with a plan to have them reshaped, look at them, see what kind of the cost would be.
Okay.
And then see, I think the one needs to be extended a little bit farther, needs to go a little deeper, but
I think
if you wait any longer, they're gonna just keep getting worse.
yeah, if you're willing to pursue it, we would appreciate it if you would pursue it.
We bear the cost of that then, because.
Well, he shouldn't have to bear the
Right.
cost of it. There'll be some cost share that he'll get from, the federal government.
Right,
But then
otherwise-
we should pay the portion that,
Is that,
he shouldn't have to pay that.
Right, otherwise it's gonna be a cost to you guys.
Correct,
Completely.
absolutely.
100%,
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm willing to pursue it, if you guys, if that's okay with you
You
guys.
wanna put that on the agenda for next week to approve that, so we don't make,
Yeah.
that way
that's a
we're
good idea.
good, so we're not,
Yep,
that way it's on the agenda, cause it's.
part of the record.
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
And we can vote on it then and.
then let me know.
But if you will, pursue it with the USDA office and then, let me know if we need to sign something or,
Okay, I will see. They were gonna do some drawings and some figures, and then as soon as I get those, well, I'll bring them back and then we can decide what you wanna do after that. So we'll keep pursuing it then.
Great,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
and I think we sent a letter when you got it, we sent a letter, naming you to be able to work on stuff with that, so
Okay.
they shouldn't put a blackout
No,
on it. They were
sounds like
good,
they were willing to,
okay,
no problems working with that, so.
perfect,
There you go.
okay.
And you talked to Travis then too on the other?
Are you gonna have them look at the ones on the south side of the landfill proper on that slope?
You can,
There's a couple that are starting there too.
Just we'll look at it all.
look at the whole thing.
Is that part of the ground that he's
Yes.
renting? Okay, yeah.
It's everything on the outside of the landfill. so
Yeah.
It's all part of the farm, so. Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll have a look at that one too then.
And we'll put it on the agenda next week to formally act on it then too.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else? Bob or Bob?
Bob Ritter, yes.
Yes, sir.
One question, do you have any idea when you will complete the ordinances for, my main concern is the tile, but also all the road crossings and stuff, I've had a couple of legal opinions on some of this easement stuff, and I feel sorry for the people who already signed it, because once you sign that, it's tough to change things, and they have full right to mess up anything they want, especially in their corridor. So I was just rereading some more stuff this morning, and they've got it in their easement and stuff to be like a foot below. Well, you know, I won the lotto on the 80 they want to go through for us. So we got 2 16-inch tile they're going to cut of the district tile. And there's quite a difference of opinion on double ditching and boring and stuff between some of the people they have running around that really know nothing about it, and they keep talking about what they're going to do. But if you put there is a clause in there that says if I put that in the easement, then they're supposed to follow it for the depth underneath the tile and stuff like that. But since I really don't own those tile in my ground, it's district tile, I need to know, I would really like to know anyway, what you guys are going to do. I know what you had originally thought, like 2 feet under to bore under them.
Correct.
I've been watching some other counties on YouTube and stuff, and they're about like you guys. They're very adamant about messing with tile that's in the ground 4 to 5 feet deep that are over 100 years old. We all know what's going to happen to that.
Right.
And I just wondering if you had, I know I talked to you the other day and you said, well, you weren't going to talk to those guys for a while. So do you have any idea how long down the road that might come, those ordinances?
I think before the end of this month, the board will take action on that ordinance.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Bob.
Bob, can I ask you a question since you've been talking with the land agent?
Yes.
I had the opportunity to see one of the easements that's been filed, with the recorder. And it only mentions, the easement is in exchange for a $10 fee. Is there additional paperwork that outlines what the landowner is paid? And is there, it seems to me there should be some tax implications, or I'm just wondering, is somebody pulling the wool over somebody's eyes, I guess?
You hit the nail on the head 100%. The stuff that's filed is mainly like the first calculation sheets, in my case anyway, that I know of for sure. Then the extra money is called just an addition for the easement, and that isn't recorded.
So you can't tell what people are paid then through the recorder, it's just a,
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
It's
that's
just-
correct.
it says a $10 fee.
$10 fee. Mhm.
okay.
So, okay. And in your discussions with them, if you were to sign that, would that be a 1099 they would issue, or that's just gray money out there floating around?
They'd have to show 10.
No, it's a. Let's see, how can I do this with being, I know some people, okay, that have gotten 1099s, and there's more than one kind of 1099.
Yes, sir.
And I need to do a little more research on it. And since this is being recording and I'm in public, I'm not going to say exactly what I know, but yeah, there's some really disappointed people that got some pretty nice checks, and they're finding out it's just ordinary income. So,
Okay. All right. Enough said.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Item number 6, receive the monthly sheriff's revenue report.
Well. Here it goes. Just look here. It must be Jerry.
Okay.
I'll keep looking.
Okay.
Why is it not in here?
While we'll move on to item number 7, review and act on resolution 2023-15 to amend the articles of agreement which inform the Workforce Development Chief Elected Official Consortium for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014. So this resolution amends the 28E agreement and adds Article 12 to that agreement. And Article 12 is termination by counties. A county may withdraw from the agreement by resolution of their Board of Supervisors and by providing notice of said withdrawal to the CEO board at least 30 days prior to the beginning of the upcoming fiscal year. And this amendment to the 28E agreement was voted on at the February 16th meeting. And it passed unanimously. So Article 12 is now part of that 28E agreement. We have tabled item number 8, which is a resolution to act on that. We're waiting for some clarification. So we have tabled that until next week. Is there any questions concerning resolution 2023-15, the amendment to the articles of the 2080 agreement for the workforce development. Hearing none, I'd accept a motion to approve resolution 2020.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-15.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve resolution 2023-15, a resolution to amend the articles of agreement which form the workforce development consortium. By roll call vote, Carl,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Dean, aye. Motion carried. Okay, again, item 8 was
Did you need
tabled. We'll
You
move
need
back
to
up to
send
items.
up to them, or
Uh,
Did you need a copy of it? I have mine.
I'll find, yeah, let me keep it and I'll find out.
Moving back up to item number 6, receive the monthly sheriff's revenue report. County car service fees and mileage, $1,669.64. County county new and renewed weapons permits $300 and copy fees of $110 for a total of $2,079.64. I would accept a motion to,
Motion to approve.
Second.
a motion and a second to approve the county sheriff's monthly report. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Okay. Again, item number 8 was tabled. Item number 9, Adam. Engineers report.
Update on the roads. Blades, and trucks were out responding to any flooding that we had, water over the roads last week. We completed 3 work orders, 1 mailbox, 1 service, and 1 sheriff's office service. Weather events was mainly, last week was responding to the floods. So we went out and documented all the flood locations, closed roads when needed, communicated that to our road notification tool, and then also the sheriff's office. So you can see kind of the breakdown of what they were doing last week. We did begin hauling some spot rocks, loads to some of these locations. We also had a route get damaged that we are working with the county attorney on right now to figure out. No winter operations and miscellaneous right now, so. And me and you will go out after the meeting. You got time?
Yes, yes. I want to go out and look at that too. What we do.
Any questions for Adam?
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay. His road, he was saying that his road is really messed up. It's really rough and it's out of shape. And so I didn't know if you were out going out with him, maybe go past his place. Great.
Okay, under
I told him he might be.
old business and new business, of course, this week is ISAC convention. This is also, I think last week was funnel week, so the legislation that has come out of committee will be discussed by the respective houses, and then if it passes, go to the other chamber. So we'll be abreast of that and talking with our legislators for to maintain local control where they're trying to take some of that away, so.
That was hit on. I had a conference call with the supervisors executive group. And the file right now was originally put into amend option 2 for 60,000 above, but they've kept the language in to do away with all of option 2, which that's how we're elected.
Right.
And I talked to Senator Guth this morning and I voiced our concern with that. And let him know that we had some concerns. So, but that is up for debate this week at the Senate.
So, and I think a little bit of the background on that supervisor districts and the population is that our fellow Farm Bureau members are afraid that the rural area is not being represented enough through these supervisor districts. And so when you talk to your senators and your Farm Bureau members to emphasize that the districts, your supervisor districts on Plan 2 and 3 are by population. And so the rural is there's not a lot of people in the rural, so you still have to come into the city areas to grab the population.
Correct.
Even with that Plan 3, Cerro Gordo County has one supervisor that's 100% of his district is in the city. So for what they're trying to do and what Farm Bureau is trying to push through is not gonna fix their problem.
No.
They need to get behind a candidate and put their money where their mouths are
Right.
and support a candidate. Plan 2, I feel, is Plan 2 supervisor districts. You have to live in your district and you're voted for at large. My personal opinion is that that is your best method, is because the decisions that you're making in a small county is everybody is voting on you. You're making decisions for all of the county. And so everybody should get to vote on you. Plan 3, you live in your district and only those people in that district gets to vote for you.
Even though you're making decisions for the entire.
County. So
Yep.
Plan 3, to me, is, and Humboldt County is a Plan 3, so they only have to campaign in their little district, but all of them, except for maybe one supervisor, doesn't go into a big city. I mean, and so I don't know how many really farm-related supervisors Humboldt County has. And then Plan 1 is you can live anywhere and be
Everybody
voted for,
votes at large.
and everybody votes at large.
That's where you can get 3 supervisors from one city then.
Correct,
Yep.
correct.
It's a good blend. Number 2 is gives the voters, you're still, like Betty says, you're responsible for the county. You live in your district, but everybody votes for you. And
But the new Senate file 443, as it's introduced, and what Carl alluded to, is if you're a county with 60,000 population or greater, you have to go to Plan 3. So if you go to Plan 3, you live in your district, you're voted for only by those people that in that district. I tried to explain to Dennis Guth that you're gonna have to have more precincts and you're gonna have more of a cost. Because you have to have more
Ballots.
PEOs and more ballots and more ballot styles. So there's an added cost. And then Plan 1 is you can live anywhere, and so you can have 3 people from one community.
Right.
And so I told him with some of the other legislations on property taxes and your max levy going to 350, I didn't think that it was right that they pass legislation, because he is on the local government committee.
Mhm.
I said, don't be passing laws that are adding costs, mandating more cost to counties, and then
Reducing the-
tying our hands to the levy rates. And he tried to explain budgets to me, and that there's different funds that you can pay stuff out of. And I was like,
is that news to you?
that was news to me. I didn't know that. So, he and I had a really good conversation, and that I understood the funding sources for county
And
government.
I don't think they understand there is just like we went from 5 supervisors to 3, and now we went from 3 to 5. That was a petition by the people. They can make that decision. No difference from option 1, 2, and 3 for how the supervisors are elected. The citizens can do a petition for that. So there is a checks and balance already, so there's no reason for them to just paint it with a big brush down in Des Moines.
Yeah,
Correct.
agreed.
And the people understood when they go from 3 to 5 that there was gonna be an additional cost. They understood that. So,
It's
and the
just,
same thing with the EMS levy. I mean, there's taxes are what they are. There's things that we can do better. But, it's,
they really shouldn't let us run our county and let us have our home rule. They don't understand each county is independent and has its own aspects. And for them just to say, you shall do this without knowing
one big brush.
brush, it's just, it doesn't work that way. And they just don't understand that right now.
Okay. Old meetings. Or meetings last week.
I was on Zoom to, workforce, finalize all that. I was also on Zoom for,
And are we the only county that hasn't passed this so far of the
Yes.
6?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
right.
And then I was on Zoom for, Region 5 hazmat.
Okay,
And I'm gonna get with like the Goldfield Fire Department. To have them bring up their hazmat truck, because COVID sort of screwed that up, that new truck we got,
mhm,
to let people see it. Try to get an event this summer sometime, even in Clarion. So people can see what, money we spent, is well worth it. I was on one other one, but I can't remember what it was.
I have DCAT tomorrow. We'll see if there's more funding for parent connection at that time. We're gonna finalize what dollars we've got and which ones.
good.
And we can roll over dollars 3 years, but there's not a lot of new dollars coming in, so tomorrow will be the kind of the crunch time on a lot of those programs.
Those are programs that are affecting kids that are our future. So,
Correct.
yeah,
What was the other one that I was on?
okay. All right. Any other business?
That's all I have.
Okay, I would, accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.
I also talked to